Agidigbo àti gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ni wọ́n kí n pé ẹni fọ́dún tẹ ìsàsẹ́mọ́ o.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM.
There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Patmos. First, the headlines. Analyst says granting bandit pardon shows government weakness. Illegal occupants around Obafemi Awolowo Stadium get 14-day quit notice from Oyo State government. Prison officer jailed for relationship with inmates. Trump threatens Iran with far worse attack than June strikes if it doesn't negotiate a nuclear deal. Sinner to face Djokovic at Australian Open semi-final. Now the details. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to supporting Nigeria's creative industry, describing it as a critical platform for projecting the nation's image on the global stage. The governor made this known during a film show organized as part of activities marking the Golden Jubilee anniversary of Oyo State, where Governor Makinde noted that the success of the Nollywood did not come overnight, and Nigeria has always been richly endowed with creative talents. The governor expressed appreciation to renowned filmmaker Kunle Afolayan for organizing the program and bringing together veterans of the industry, describing the gesture as a sign of hope for the country. Governor Makinde also underscored the importance of celebrating heroes who have contributed to the development of Oyo State despite the challenges encountered over the years. The film show event was held simultaneously across the various zones of the state, while in attendance were a former governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, veteran theatre practitioners, including Chief Jide Kosoko, Mr. Sunday Omobolale, known as Aluwe, Mr. Bolaji Amushan, and Madam Lanre Hazan, popularly called Mama Awero. Illegal occupants around Obafemi Awolowo Stadium get 14-day quit notice from Oyo State government. The Oyo State government, through the Oyo State Rule of Law Enforcement Authority, OILEA, has issued a 14-day ultimatum to owners and occupants of illegal structures, including shanties, kiosks, stalls, and ram selling points situated around the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, Liberty Road, Okeado, Ibadan. The directive, effective from Tuesday, 27th January 2026, mandates all affected persons to vacate the area and remove every unlawful structure within the stipulated period. According to the authority, the decision followed the discovery of numerous makeshift structures erected along the stadium walls and adjoining corridors stretching from Liberty Road Junction through Jogger Center towards the High Court roundabout on Ring Road. These encroachments are a public nuisance that pose security threat, obstruct urban order, and contribute to environmental degradation around one of the state key public assets. Speaking on the enforcement exercise, the chairperson of OILEA, Honorable Justice Aderonke Aderemi, explained that the operation was carried out under the directive of the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, who has expressed strong disapproval of the unlawful development and emphasized that Olia remains committed to restoring order, safeguarding public infrastructure, and ensuring environmental cleanliness around the stadium and across the state. Hoylia reaffirmed the state government's commitment to protecting its heritage assets and maintaining a clean, orderly, and lawful environment. Earphones have become an essential part of daily life, offering convenience, privacy, and immersive way of enjoying music, podcasts, or calls. However, wearing earphones for long hours at high volumes has become a common habit, especially among young people. This trend has sparked concerns about potential health risks. Agidigbo FM news correspondent Bowale Akimbode highlights the need for awareness about responsible earphone use to balance convenience with health.
Earphones are gradually becoming a staple accessory loved for their ability to deliver clear sound and block out unwanted noise. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), the misuse of earphones and personal audio devices is a major risk factor for irreversible hearing loss among over 1 billion young people aged 12 to 35 years due to unsafe listening practices. While many people are aware of the impact of noise on their hearing, many remain unfortunately oblivious to the harm they are causing until the effect of years of accumulated damage begins to manifest. In an interview with Agidigbo FM News, an audiologist and sound engineer, Mr. Sheyi Sunday explains how prolonged exposure to loud sounds can cause hearing defects or permanent damage to the ears.
Now, when we are talking about earpiece, your loudness should not be more than 60%. Anything from that to cause damage to you.
While noting that the convenience is undeniable, students and passers-by share their experiences with daily earphone usage.
I think people are meant to use earpiece when necessary. Like, it's not compulsory they use it every time. And I use my earpiece when it is necessary. I don't use it every time.
I make use of earpiece. Mostly keeps me calm and cool, mostly in my free moments. But when I'm walking down the street, I don't use earpiece because using of earpiece mostly distracts. It's very dangerous using it by the roadside because a car can be passing and be on. Your earpiece can be on and you not hear the car passing by.
In separate interviews with Agidigbo FM News, earphone users in different age brackets share their odd experience while on headsets.
I was listening to music one night, so I forgot to remove my earpiece. The next morning when I woke up, my ear was very paining me. I could not hear very well.
It's endangering. I remember there was a time I was going on, I used AirPod both ears, and then before I knew, there was a car behind me.
While sharing tips for safe earphone use, Mr. Sheyi Sunday further emphasized the importance of choosing quality earphones to avoid unpleasant sounds to the eardrums.
As a professional, inside the studio, I do use headsets, I use earpiece, I use AirPod. So it's even advisable for people to use earpiece even than to use AirPod, because AirPod has some wave that can affect the eardrum.
As earphones continue to be a major accessory of our daily lives, balancing their convenience with proper care is crucial. Also, promoting responsible use can help prevent long-term hearing damage while allowing people to continue enjoying their many benefits of the earphones. Bowale Akimbode, Agidigbo FM News.
A social affairs analyst, Comrade Femi Babalola, has criticized the Kaduna state government for granting pardon to bandits, describing it as aiding and abating crime. Speaking on Agidigbo FM's program, Shokonwa, Comrade Babalola praised northern leaders for opposing the pardon, emphasizing that any pardon should be based on the severity of a crime.
Well, several Nigerians have condemned the attitude of the state government in Katsina, not because of anything, but because of the fact that you don't just give pardon to somebody and say that individual has repented. What yardstick? How did you know that such a person have repented? So I think the problem is The moment they are now being pardoned, they will be integrated into the society and they will continue to foment trouble, which means in Katsina State today, if anybody kills, there is every tendency that they are going to pardon such a person. So all social malaise, killing, arson, looting will continue in Katsina State as long as I know that there is no penalty for me. For any offense that I ever committed, there wouldn't be no consequence.
The social affairs analyst questioned the government's negotiation with bandits, stating it shows weakness and emboldens them, leading to increased insecurity in the state. However, another analyst, Comrade Omololu Ejidiro, noted that while the president and governor have pardon powers, they should not be used if not compromises state security. Comrade Ejidiro warned that such actions could destabilize society, stressing that banditry and terrorism deserve no leniency as they are serious criminal acts. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Hamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola. A former prison officer has been jailed in United Kingdom after admitting a sexual relationship with an inmate. Alicia Novas, 20, began working at the prison in July 2024, while the inmate had arrived the previous month. By 6 November 2024, the pair were in direct electronic communication after Novas provided the guy with a personal phone number. The relationship became sexual later that month. They also used additional numbers to stay in contact, exchange messages, and video calls. Novas admitted bringing cannabis and 2 mobile phones into prison, as well as having unauthorized communication within the prison. She was found guilty of 6 offenses, including misconduct in public office, and was given 3-year jail sentence at Northampton Crown Court. Spain has announced it will grant legal status to 500,000 undocumented migrants. The move announced yesterday is aimed at reducing labor exploitation in Spain's underground economy. The country's central bank and the United Nations have previously said that Spain needs around 300,000 migrant workers a year to sustain its welfare states. Foreigners who arrive in the country before December 31st, 2025, and can prove they have been living in the country for at least 5 months will be granted legal residency of up to 1 year with work permits valid for any sector and throughout the country. People will be able to apply from the beginning of April until June 30, 2026, although all applicants will need to prove that they have no criminal records. And that ends the news from Kunle Hamza Studio at Gidigbo FM. United Kingdom, I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya. President Donald Trump threatened Iran on Wednesday with an attack far worse than the strikes he ordered against the country's nuclear sites in June if Tehran doesn't agree to a deal to curb its nuclear program. Mr. Trump said in a post on his Truth Social platform that a massive armada is heading to Iran. It is moving quickly with great power, enthusiasm, and purpose. It is a larger fleet headed by the great aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln than that sent to Venezuela. Mr. Trump therefore warned that if Iran did not come to an agreement with the United States, the U.S. could carry out an attack worse than its previous one last year June, when it hit multiple nuclear sites with bunker-busting bombs. Authorities across Singapore, Hong Kong, Thailand, and Malaysia have taken urgent steps to stop the highly lethal and epidemic-prone Nipah virus spreading beyond India, rolling out airport temperature checks and other screening measures. Nipah is classified as a priority pathogen by the World Health Organization because of its ability to spark fast-moving outbreaks, its fatality rate of 40% to 70%, and the fact that there is no approved vaccine or cure. 2 infections were confirmed in India in late December. The virus, carried by fruit bat and animal such as pigs, can trigger a deadly brain swelling fever in humans and can also spread directly from person to person through close contact. Several vaccines are in development but remain in testing. And that ends the news from Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Sonya.
Welcome back once again. Now in the exciting world of sports, defending champion Yannick Sinner defeated Ben Shelton 6-3, 6-4, 6-4 to set up a blockbuster clash against Novak Djokovic at the 2026 Australian Open. The Italian two-time defending champion made it 9 victories in a row and 22 sets in succession to book his place in the last 4 of the tournament, where he will face Djokovic on Friday. Sinner has won all 18 of his Grand Slam matches against American opponents and owns a 6-2 record against top 10 players at the hardcourt major, having lost his first 2 search encounters to Stefanos Tsitsipas in 2022 and 2023. Meanwhile, Novak Djokovic earned a 6-4, 6-3, 1-3 over Lorenzo Musetti, who retired injured after 2 sets to qualify for the semi-final. Musetti had taken a medical timeout for treatment on his thigh, but unable to serve or move properly, and conceded the match at 3-1 in the 3rd set to hand Djokovic an easy victory. However, Djokovic admitted he was lucky in the encounter while wishing Musetti quick recovery. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Analyst says granting bandits pardon shows government weakness. Illegal occupants around Obafemi Awolowo Stadium get 14-day quit notice from Oyo government. Prison officer jailed for relationship with inmates. Trump threatens Iran with far worse attack than June strikes if it doesn't negotiate a nuclear deal. Sinner to face Djokovic at Australian Open semi-final.
Don't forget that you can listen to us live on our website www.agidigbo887fm.com. You can also download our mobile app on the Google Play Store and iOS. Simply search for Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Follow us on Facebook at Agidigbo 88.7 FM, on Twitter and Instagram at Agidigbo 887 FM, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have news stories and tips for us, contact our newsroom on 070-8714-4865 or send us a mail on newsroom@agidigbo887fm.com.
And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. You can start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading your last one. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmos. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out of school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM. The people